Yes, in our Farm to Fork strategy, we ask member states to reduce the pesticides by half by 2030. It's very important. There's too many pesticides, which is not good for environment, for human health. So there is this very clear target to reduce pesticides. But this does not mean that there are no longer any pesticides that could be used. We have, on the other hand, our rules with regard to the authorization of active substances, which are the basic ingredient of pesticides. And what we do is, when before these active substances can be put on the market, we make sure that they do not pose any health threats or threats for the environment. And so we have, in the context of glyphosate, for instance, which is an active substance, we have looked into the massive scientific studies that have been done by member states, by EFSA, by HHPs, by the other agencies, and we came to our proposal indeed to renew the approval of glyphosate. What our rules do is to make sure that if pesticides are used, that they respect at least very strict rules regarding health, human health, and health for the environment. So there is no contradiction, I would say. Thank you. I think what happened was, the question is, should we approve or not approve, or renew or not renew the use of glyphosate? There are very strict rules linked to this, where the main objective is that we can only proceed with a renewal if we have indeed very solid, massive indications that there is no issues in the area, or no critical areas of concern, I should say, in the area of human health. And these are exactly the criteria which have been looked at to indeed take the decision whether or not we should renew. We are now where we are. You know that this file has been handled first by the SCOPAF committee, then by the appeal committee, where no qualified majority has been reached in either direction. So the Commission has the legal obligation to take a decision, and this decision that we will take is based on the scientific analysis that we got from EFSA, ECHA, and the scientific community, and which will lead indeed to a renewal of the glyphosate. So we looked, I would say, at, or the basis of this decision is a very massive, as you correctly say, assessment that has been done on the use and the potential risks of this product for human health.
If I can add a word, I think you are asking a policy question, right? Which is a completely fair and relevant question, whether obviously prolonging a specific active ingredient used in pesticides will have an impact on our capacity to reach our overall policy target. And you said, have you made an impact assessment based on this? But an impact assessment is there for a legislative proposal on a new policy, right? Here, what we are talking about is a legal obligation under a completely specific health safety framework, if I can put it that way, that the Commission has to take. It does not mean that we will not, of course, consider what is the impact of that at some stage on our overall policy, but we cannot make our decision on this active substance dependent on considerations related to overall policy on reducing pesticides. I think that's what needs to be clear. Okay? Because here we actually have a firm obligation to act. All right? It's not that we want to act. We would have preferred member states to actually ultimately take the decision. But since no decision can be found with sufficient consensus among the member states, we have to act based on a very, very specific legal basis. I hope that's clear.